Hello and welcome to the Quebec channel. I'm Jason, your host. So, I want to talk about PiP and what's causing a lot of the problems. What we fear, because first of all, the red herring. They have already said they're going to roll back on this idea of freezing PiP, as in making it not go in line with the inflation rate. And that's good, but that was a red herring. Giving that back and not going through that is just them trying to cut off all the people complaining. That is nothing compared to what they're planning. They're changing the criteria for PiP, for personal independent payment, and it will mean that I will lose all of my personal independence. Why? Because it will based on a system of, to qualify for a section, you have to gain 4 points in that section. And they've changed it. So, for example, I'm on PiP now because my non-functioning ability, my autism, my ADHD and my bipolar, my inability to leave the house without being on my mobility scooter, my inability to function with strangers, my inability to do things, my forgetting of going to the bathroom, and all these kind of things. Do I need so many coping strategies? That's why I get PiP, because it helps me to survive that. This is all going to change tomorrow if they put this in tomorrow on Tuesday. Basically, this is it. In future, ministers will require applicants to score at least 4 points on at least one activity to qualify. A threshold that would include. It would include those that need help cooking a meal, but exclude those who can use a microwave. It will include those who need help washing their upper body, but not hair and lower body. Include people who need to help going to the lavatory, but not those who need reminding to go. The way they've worded it and the way they've set it up means that pretty much 80%, and that's a conservative idea, 80% of all the people who have received personal independence pay that allows them to survive, that allows them to live and have a quality of life, are going to lose that benefit, lose up almost £800 a month. That is the first. And if you lose PiP, you lose access to all the others as well. So, I can sit on a toilet, I can go to the toilet, but my problems mean that I will sometimes forget to go to the toilet, but that's going to not be classed as being disabled, even though I can get dangerously constipated and basically end up in hospital if I don't remember whether or not I went to the bathroom and that over time. No, that is now will not be classed as a disability. If I can turn on a microwave, then I don't need help eating, even though I can forget and need motivation and coping strategies to be able to remember to eat. They're going to solidify in these questions so that nearly 80% of people on PiP are going to lose their actual ability. And they're going to cut the highest rate down for PiP. This is what's got us worried. If they still go through with all of these, then I and a lot of other people are going to... I won't be able to heat the house. I won't be able to buy food, basically. In total, I get £1,500 to live on. And what my costs of living, because of the cost of living prices now, with electricity and everything else I pay out, that is about as much money as gets spent. Remember, this mobility scooter has to be charged. I have that extra cost. I have maintenance on it. I have lots of little things that happen. There's certain foods I can't eat, other foods I can. I have to do certain types of shopping and so on and so forth. Literally half of my money will disappear, and then when I no longer qualify for PiP, I will lose access to the disability premium. So another £160 will disappear another £200 per month will disappear. I will lose access to the benefit that covers council tax, and I will lose access to the priority and cheaper cost for water rates for the house. Literally, once they remove PiP for me, everything will be gone. Within a month of that, losing that, I will lose everything. And I will have a very stark future. And then they will remove all the rest, because they will say, well, we're going to put you on the employment version of support allowance, and if you don't try to work, if you don't get a job, we won't give you any money. And so within a month or so of them passing that, if they roll it out like we think they're going to roll it out, my entire financial security will disappear, be gone. And that's going to hit about 80% of the people on PiP. 80% of the disabled people are going to end up in that situation. I am lucky that I have a house. I'm not paying a mortgage, I'm not paying rent, I've got a house. I'm very lucky. A lot of people are in a worse situation than me. But yeah, this is, if they go through with this version of it, if they actually do this, it will be a knock-on effect. PiP is the cornerstone that allows someone like me to survive. It enables so many different benefits that help me to function and live. I can't work. There's no way I can go out and get a job. At that point in time, my choice will be to basically, well, I have a choice. The sad thing is, some people, because they expect this to come through, and this is the sad thing. There's already examples of people actually ending their life because they just can't take the stress of waiting for this to be dealt with. They're so convinced that it's going to go through tomorrow that they've either tried to or managed to commit suicide. That's how scared they are. That's how scared disabled people are in the UK at this moment in time. And the level of persecution and bullshit that the government is putting out, and the right-wing media and all the crap that's coming through, is basically causing people to take their lives rather than waiting until things, because they just haven't got a fight in them anymore. And this is the way the DWP has always worked. You see, I should be on the highest level of mobility section. The PiP comes in two. One is the living section for living, and one is the mobility thing. I qualify for the highest living help because they recognise that my disabilities, or did before this, needs that kind of help. But the mobility component, even though we have absolute proof that I don't leave the house, that I can't leave the house, that I need help, I had to sell coping strategies to buy this mobility scooter because I didn't get the highest level of mobility component. So, and how they do it is this: they lowball you. They lowball you. What they do is this: they'll send you out a thing that says, okay, we'll accept that. We'll offer you this and this. So the higher part of the disability and the lower part of the mobility And they say, you can appeal this. They say, you can appeal this, but if you appeal this and try to get the higher level of the mobility component, you'll have to go through the stress of going to an appeal tribunal and all that. If it fails, you are not guaranteed to keep this judgment, which means if I had fought back and tried to get the higher level of mobility, I could have lost it all. That's how they basically get you. Because you're so tired, you're so fatigued by filling in all the forms, by providing all the proof, by fighting for the disability benefits, that they say, okay, we'll offer you this, and if you want more, then there's a chance you'll lose everything. Do you want to chance it? Imagine that. That's what we have to do. That's how we have to deal with it. So, yeah. People may think this won't come in tomorrow. But there's a lot of people very worried about it. Because they've already shown the part that they're going to not do, like the freeze on PiP. Which doesn't really matter, the freeze on PiP. I mean, it matters, but it doesn't really... It doesn't keep up with inflation. We've always been trashed with these stuff. The main problem is... Come on. Yeah. The main problem is with... It is... that... they're changing radically the way you used to be able to, and the advisor won't be able to help you. They won't be able to help you. See, I've always been very honest with my advisors. I've always told them about everything that I'm dealing with, and by the end of the advisors have always sided with me. Always got me the best they can get. They've always sort of felt sorry for me how much I deal with. But once this new category system, this new system where you've got to get 4 points from one part, 4 points from another, and 8 points in total if you want to get anything, and you've got to qualify with these specific, like, as in, just because I can go to the bathroom even though I need prompting, that isn't classing as a disability anymore. Forgetfulness isn't going to be classed. The problems I have with my mental focus and all that is not going to be classed as qualifying for personal independence payment. So yes, that is why we are so worried. That is why people are actually committing suicide in the UK, because they are actually so scared of losing this lifeline that allows them to just have that little tiny bit of independence, a little tiny bit of life. So, stop the scene now. So, bye-bye for now.